What do you actually write down in your faith planner? Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and today I'm working in my faith planner. And to tell you the truth, I've gotten a little bit behind in the decorating of my faith planner, but not so much behind in the writing, which I thought was an awesome opportunity for me to show you all what it looks like, what are the types of things that I write in my faith planner as I catch up, as I get these weeks kind of decorated after the fact. We just like to add a little color here and there. I'm going to catch up on decorating these and talk you through what I like to write, what I take note of, how it works in my faith planner, because I think a lot of people love the idea of the faith planner, but they're not totally sure what to take notes on. So I'm going to use the Live Love Posh Spring Allure sticker book. There's lots of beautiful options in here that I think are going to work great. So I'm excited to pull those in. All right, I'm going to put you all on fast forward. As always, I will link everything down in the description box below. Otherwise, let's go. Let's begin with this really important statement. You do not have to decorate your faith planner for it to be a really great asset to your normal faith studies. I love to decorate my faith planner. Normally I decorate in advance, not like what I'm doing right now. Normally I decorate it before I do the writing, before the week starts, but life has gotten crazy, and so the decorating part came second. However, I was still completing my morning quiet time. I was still sitting down, reading daily and writing in notes and such. And so I just kept on with my faith planner, knowing that if I had time, I would go back and decorate. If I did not have time, that was okay. I still felt really great about spending time in the Word. So you certainly do not have to decorate in order to keep a faith planner, in order to enjoy a faith planner. It's just something that I like to do. I think the combination of creativity and faith has been such a spark for me. It's been such a wonderful addition to my studies that I just really enjoy that whole process. So I had someone comment that the faith planner seemed to be just a notebook to take notes. And that is 1,000% correct. Of course, the faith planner is just a place to take notes as you're studying. Why have it in planner form? Well, for me, that just helps keep me organized. I like to be able to track daily reading. And yes, of course, you could just do this in a lined notebook, but something about having it in planner form, having it dated, seeing each day helps keep me accountable to the routines and to the studies that I am intending on working on and building. So that is why I've enjoyed the planner form. I've done lots of different types of Bible studies in the past and lots of ways to keep track of my Bible study, including just sitting down and reading, not necessarily note-taking at all. I just have learned for myself that writing things down slows me down on my reading, or else I tend to just speed through the reading, get through to the end, and then have no idea what I was actually reading. So slowing down is one of the big assets for me for note taking. And then I just have the tendency to retain information better. And when I go back and I'm wanting to recall, maybe there was a specific statement, maybe there was a specific Bible verse that really hit me on a certain day, I can reflect back on those notes for that day and kind of regain that feeling, that moment where it really kind of hit me. And if I'm wanting to dive into that a little bit more, then I have a point of reference, or at least a starting point for starting to dig in a little bit more, because I have the notes to look back on. People prefer different sizes of faith planners as well. I actually work in two different sizes. The one you're seeing right here is what I call the venti size. It corresponds with the big size from the Happy Planner, and it's 8.5 by 11, or a full sheet of paper. I love this size for a couple of reasons. First of all, as you can see, my handwriting is kind of big. Like, I need a little bit more space with my handwriting, and I use these pages for daily study and have plenty of notes to take. So I want as much room as possible to write down my observations for the day. So I prefer the big size for my daily study. I use the classic size or the grande size for individual Bible studies. For instance, the ones I do with Illustrated Faith, that helps me keep track in those. Plus, I have the new Faith Notes insert that is available over on my website. That's another great way. Instead of doing like a daily tracking like you would on a planner, the Faith Notes allow you to kind of encompass all your notes from a study, from a sermon, from an audiobook, something like that. They allow you to keep it all on one page. So there's some different options depending on what works with you. I just like to have this to pop in my faith planner. You can put it in your regular catch-all planner as well, depending on how you like to study. This one stays parked in my faith planning cart, ready to go with my Bible and my other resources that I'm planning on reflecting on a daily basis. So that's why I prefer the larger size, but to each their own. Whatever works for you is perfect. All right, so let's get down to the nitty gritty. What do you actually write in your faith planner? What do you do after you're reading scripture? My faith planner, my faith layout is designed with those boxes to the right-hand side of each day. You can see that in each of those boxes, I have listed out scripture. Currently, I am following one of the plans that leads you through the Bible in a year. I use the Bible app, the YouVersion Bible app that you can get on your phone. There are lots of different plans that you can follow online, all kinds of different plans. I like to use the Bible in a year. I love to choose one that has both the scripture and a little bit of commentary on that scripture each day. And so I write down the verses that I'm tracking on that particular day. I write it out in that box. That box can be several different things. I list out scripture. Maybe you're writing out a single scripture. That might be your scripture writing area. I have had subscribers share that that is where they write out gratitude each day. That is where they keep a running prayer list. It's kind of up to you. It's minimal space for me. It just works out. That listing works out really well. So what I do, what my normal process is when I sit down in the morning, I look up the scriptures I'm supposed to read that day, and I write out the list over on the right-hand side. Then I pull out my Bible and I put my faith planner down. I take time and I read through each of the scriptures one by one, kind of checking them off on that list. After I have read through the scriptures, if something jumped out at me before reading the commentary, then I take time to just jot down a couple sentences. These are not comprehensive notes, in my opinion. I don't know that there's enough room in a faith planner to do comprehensive, deep, thorough notes on scripture. What this is for, in the way I use it, is just a place to jot down some of those things that are jumping out at you. Some of the key terms, maybe a vocabulary word that I just didn't recognize or had not seen before. That's the purpose here. So any initial thoughts I write down, then I go to the commentary that I am following and I read through the commentary. And if something from the commentary jumps out, then I write that in my notes section. I would say on average, I end up writing maybe 4 to 6 sentences somewhere in there in the note-taking section on a daily basis. It probably takes me 20 to 30 minutes, depending on how long the scriptures are, to go through the whole process of note-taking, of reading and then note-taking and reflecting. I have done this process for several years. I've done it multiple times with a reading the Bible in a year plan. I've done it with different devotional studies as well. When I have decided not to do the Bible in a year, kind of dig deeper, where maybe I'm just doing a scripture a day or a chapter a week, something like that. That allows me to dig even deeper into some of those scriptures. So it works with several different types of reading plans. You can make it work for you. That's the whole point of the flexibility of this particular layout. So after I have read the scripture, written down initial thoughts, then read the commentary, then written down additional thoughts, that normally fills up that day for my note taking. After that is when I go to prayer journaling. I do like to write out my prayers. Again, it's something about just handwriting things that slows me down, that has me reflecting in a different way. And it's something I've come to learn about myself and how I like to learn, how I like to study. And what will actually slow my brain down, because I'm someone that goes like a million miles a minute all the time. And I found that I was rushing through my Bible study time in the morning, and it wasn't really feeling like a valuable time to me. So this whole process has made me kind of reflect in a different way, which I very much appreciate just from a growth perspective. So I go to do prayer journaling after that, and that is normally in my grande size faith planner, which is my one that's just a little bit smaller than this. Remember, there is absolutely no right or wrong way to do your own faith planning process. It is what works for you, it's what's speaking for you, and this is just a way to organize the notes, the ideas, the thoughts that are coming up as you study. I have found it valuable that repeating the same process from day to day over an extended amount of time really helps build up that spiritual discipline of studying scripture. It has made huge impacts in my faith life. Just going from daily reading to faith planning on a daily basis has just had me dig a little bit deeper, which I think is always a really valuable thing to do. All right, as I get these last little bits of stickers and decoration on these pages, I just want to take a moment to thank you so much for following along, for watching this video. I very much appreciate it. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. Like I said earlier, I will link all of the supplies down below, including this amazing sticker book from Live Love Posh. Don't forget to use the code SCRAPPY10 to save you on all of your orders at Live Love Posh. And I will also include the link to purchase these faith inserts. I have several different styles of faith inserts over on my website, so check those out and see if there is one that might work for you and how you like to study. I would like to give a huge shout out to all of my Patreon members. Thank you all so much for your continued support. There's tons going on Patreon, extra perks, extra content, and there is a tier for everyone. So if you want to find out more, you can find the link for Patreon down in the description box below and start your free trial today. All right, I hope that you have a fabulous day, and as always, keep it creative.